every couple's going to have challenges. You know, it doesn't matter how they started out, how good they started out. It doesn't matter how bad they started out. You know, if they start out bad, they're going to have worse challenges. If they start out good, they're going to have bad challenges. You know, but you have to have something that you trust in, that you have enough respect for, that's higher than yourself. And I think that what kept being sent in there to where we could kind of make it over the bridge, you know, was that we were both committed to the Word. And I think that's what bridged us to get us to where we are now. You know, but it's marriage is not easy. It's not easy for anybody. You know, and some people have better ones than others, like earlier or through. You know, but I don't think any two people, any other two people that could have gone through what me and your mother went through and made it. I don't think so. You know, at all. And I don't think there's another man that could have went through what I went through. I don't think there's another woman that could have went through what she went through. And but it's a common denominator word that buys you time to come to your senses and pull things together. So now we can really have a good time, really love and appreciate each other. You know, because we have weathered a storm. And God is using that storm tremendously and will continue all the days of our life, you know, to do that. But everybody, who is married, they're going to have some stuff that they're going to go through. What would you say?
I'll add my agreement, but I also add that our relationship was based on love. Then, of course, the problems, situations, circumstances came along probably years on down the road that caused a lot of things to happen. Because marriage is not, it's based on the Word, but it's based on how two people care for each other too. You know, I'm not going to be too religious about it. Thank God the Word played a vital part, because I don't believe in divorces. That's one thing I grew up with. I don't believe in divorces, but I just believe that there was still had to be love to keep, because people can make a choice. You can make a choice regardless of the Word, and a lot of people right now have the Word as a foundation, but they don't make the choice to stay together. So I believe it's the Word and it's the love for one another, just not being skilled and knowing how to go through all the challenges that you went through, that we went through, had a lot to play with that. But it had a good foundation at first. I mean, yeah, a good foundation. It was a good foundation. And then along the way, the years, things got really rocky, because we did not have the skills. We didn't have the skills to be parents, and you know that. You got to tell the truth. We didn't have the skills to know what a marriage really is supposed to be like. We didn't have that skills. Dr. Dollar model and Pastor Tackett model, things started getting a little better, but then things got crazy again. And really, the skills came when we moved here. Tell the truth.
Lonnie.
Huh? You see what I'm saying? Tell the truth.
I agree totally. Because when two people get together, I hope when they get together, they love each other, and they've got something to do.
Yeah.
You know, and I agree with all that. And you know, but then the storms come.
Oh yeah.
You know, and they do. And I don't care how much you love each other. You better, you know, you better have something going. It's tough. It can be tough. It can be tough. I don't care how much you love each other. It's going to be tough anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm saying both.
Yeah.
The foundation of the Word and the love foundation for one another. Of course, you go through this period, you know, after 25 years, you go through a period where you don't like each other. Because...
No such thing.
I like to tell the truth. You know, I'm gonna tell it like it is. I'm black and white
How
person.
could somebody not love me, like me? How
I
could
didn't
somebody
say
not
you.
like you?
I didn't say you.
How can we not like?
I'm just-
two people not like each other.
I'm just talking. I'm just telling the truth. You know, there's people may not like us, but that's okay.
Well, you know what? One of the things that happens there, you know, is that when you get married, you know, and you don't find out that each other snores until you get married, because you think, you know, you find out that ladies snore too, you know, and guys snore. And, you know, I was telling somebody, I said, you know, when you've been used to sleeping by yourself, you know, and then now all of a sudden you sleep with somebody else, and you know, you get a chance to look at them toes and say, man, I know your toes like that. They be asleep. You don't even know you did get examined.
Oh my
I
God.
know your toes like that. Oh my God, what's wrong with this boy right now? You know, you be, you know, you look and you say, golly, boy, you got a lot of hair on your legs. You know, then, you know, some ladies look up, you know, they got Don King up under their arm. You know, you know, while you're made asleep, you know, you just be doing these little examinations that they don't know. You know, the mom said, you know, do they slop out their mouth? You know, you wonder why the pillow was wet. You never knew the pillow was wet. You look, you see the saw something, then you see you do the same thing. Then you snore.
Oh yeah.
You know, and see people wake up and don't have no makeup on and ain't fresh. And, you know, I don't care who says good morning in the morning, it ain't no toothpaste yet. You know? So all these things just interesting. You see somebody, you know, you used to see them with a wig and they don't wear a wig to bed. You know, so you marry somebody, you know, you hang with somebody during the day, you go to sleep with somebody else at night.
That's right. That's right.
You know, all
It's
this
the
stuff.
appearance. Wait a minute. It's the appearance.
And some
You still
people-
go to bed with the same person.
You do.
It's the appearance. The appearance may not be as glorious with the wig on.
But some people can't sleep. Some people can't sleep with false teeth. Some people had to put it in a cup. You know, had to put it in a cup before they go to bed, and they, you know, take it out the cup, and they get them on it because they can't sleep.
Look
You
at
know.
Lonnie.
Can't sleep with stuff like that. You know, so you got stuff. You know, you got to take your contacts out, take this out,
What?
take their wig off. You know, put their dentures in the cup, and all that. You got to get used to all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know. But it's for better or worse.
That's why it's good to take care of your hair and your dental now.
Yeah. Well, you know, one question that you want to ask people when you know, when you think about getting married, you know, is when you look at them and say, look, do you have are you wearing any equipment that you wasn't born with? You know, it's like dentures, hair, you know, what you call them, contacts,
Hearing aid.
yeah, hearing aid, makeup, artificial toes, you know, this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. I want to kind of ask a question as far as what Mama said. You said the biggest thing is, like, you know, you said Pastor Dollar had Pastor Taffy had modeled the way, you know, when you all initially got married or what have you as well, and it wasn't until you all got down here that you all really started picking up the skill sets from Pastor Mike and Pastor Connie, and every one of the kids can attest to that as well. So we all know that you know the reconciliation and the marriage part didn't get good really until you all, you know, you got into, you know, church was starting out here. What type of skills do you all think, kind of looking back, that you all have gained since you've been down here, especially under Pastor Mike and Pastor Connie?
Well, I think that when we moved down here, it's the first time that we could really look at ourselves and look at our family from a distance, because we wasn't around everybody all of a sudden, because there was just 3 of us just left, you know, and got a chance to see some stuff, and I think what really did it, it's kind of difficult to be in before Pastor Mike and Connie. It's kind of difficult to be around your Aunt Kay and your Uncle Stu and see how they do their kids and how they are with family, you know, and see you away from your family, you know, and for that not to rub off on you and you want the same thing. And then to see Pastor Mike when Olivia came, you know, and to see how they did, and it's seeing a right model that lets you see that you built a wrong model, but you didn't know. You actually thought you were doing the best that you could with what you knew, you know, but you didn't know. You're doing the best you could, but you just didn't know that that wasn't right, you know. And it's just like even I talked to Davida a couple of weeks ago about disciplining children. I was always the kind of person that, you know, I believe that if I ask a child to do something, you know, don't even try to act like you didn't hear what I said. You know, because I give you instant recall real quick. You know, I just really believe that. And but what I saw, that was just too wrong, man. I remember Cage was 4 years old. He used to call Cage, and he almost peed on himself. Wondering what I want. You know, it shouldn't be that way. You don't have to rule kids by fear. You know, so there was a lot of things by seeing a right model, you know, that automatically you didn't even have to say it. We didn't even have these conversations with them. You know, but we knew, say, you know what, God, oh boy. Well, we really, and here's what we really found out when we came down here, was how much time, spending so much time in church, we missed out with our kids. Because Pastor Mike and Connie and Kay and them, they never compromised their children. They haven't lost out on one thing because of the ministry, you know, at all. And we didn't know that balance, you know, at all. But now, you know, all the people that come to us, marriage counselors, so on and so forth, we make sure that they balance whatever they're doing with their kids and don't let their kids pay a price for them serving, and so on and so forth. So, you know, we learned some stuff. And because of what we learned, there's a lot of people that benefit from it today.
That's right.
That benefit from it today. And God has, you know, done miracles with you children, bring you back in our lives, you know, in ways that we never would, you know, you pray for, you hope for, but you don't know if it's really going to be possible. You know, so, and that has been good, and it's not even done yet. It's just getting started. You know anything you want to add?
I add my agreement with that, but I also add that knowing that your attitude has to reflect if this word is really true. And if your attitude is not reflecting that, people benefit, whether it's good or it's bad, people are going to benefit from that. Then when you are aware that you have that, then just seeing, you know,
that you have what?
That you have an attitude towards a lot of things you've gone through, a lot of things that you had to encounter with different children personalities, different situations. I won't even go into depth because it wouldn't be good to go in depth of what I had to encounter and he had to encounter. It would be good for you kids to know that's dead and buried. But realizing, and I was just telling him the other day, I said, I'm realizing that I'm the only person in my family that married somebody with all these kids. My brothers and sisters, they married their wives, and they had kids by their wives. And I was telling him that, I said, I end up with like, how many kids?
Man.
I'm talking about kids outside of me. You know, I had 4 my own. And I end up with that, and it was just rough. It was, I said, who is this? This is not what I dreamed of. This is not what I want. This is not how I wanted to live my life. I wanted my life with whoever I married, my kids, that was going to be their father, and I ended up getting derailed. Why, I don't know, because I didn't hang around the back, wrong crowd or wrong people. To me, I was just blind and couldn't see. But, you know, of course, I wouldn't give anything for David at this point. Huh? But anyway, So now that we can look back and we can see all our errors and all our mistakes and all the things that, you know, that we wish we could do over. But of course, everybody do that when you get a certain age. But we just use what we have, the tools that we have, and we're going forward in that. We're not condemning ourselves anymore, not letting the kids condemn us anymore. We had a conversation about this, right? That we were not going to let the kids make it think that it was all our fault, because it was not all our fault as well, right? We take a lot of the responsibility as an adult, but we look back and see what was modeled before us as we were, you know, coming along. But I just believe that, thank God for God's hand, you know, on us, and we decided to make the decision to still go forward, because we still could have made a choice and decide, hey, we had that choice, didn't we? And we talked about it many times.
Well, let me say this, Bill, what you added when you said that it wasn't all our fault. I think that what you're saying is that we realize that whatever happened with the kids was our fault. It wasn't our fault that we didn't, but it wasn't our fault that we didn't have the skills to deal with it.
And we didn't have role models. That's what I'm talking about. It wasn't our fault. We're not blaming ourselves that you said it earlier, we have been the best parents we could possibly be with what we had, with the skills that we had. So it wasn't our fault that we didn't have the role model before we got married or started dating or whatever. We just dealt with what we dealt. And like I said, I could go on and on and on and on and on and on. I really could. But I'm just moving forward, you know, and giving back what I have to give now from that point, because
God is paying us good, right?
yeah,
He's definitely rewarded us for our labor of love now.
okay, yeah, here, this is the point that I want to get to. And I'm very adamant about this. A lot of people that we are at being models for people now that we counsel with, I do not want the people that we counsel with reap the benefit, all the benefit of us now that we understand life and we understand relationship, we understand communication, we understand all this stuff, and our children not benefit. We want our children to benefit. I don't think it's never too late, you know, whether you're 30, 40, 50, it's never too late to benefit from something. You know, Elder K had said something, Dr. K had said something that, you know, the four of us was talking about, and she said, David, no, I think, oh yeah, she said that this is where I got this from. Go back to what we just said. She said that you can't keep blaming yourself, feeling bad, condemning yourself. Oh, I wish I had treated Doc a little bit better. Oh, I wish I had treated Richard a little bit better. Oh, I wish, you know. Our father house had a lot to do with us as well. And then all our kids coming from different backgrounds. I won't blame myself with Rashad and DeMarcus because I was a single mother. Their father has a lot to play in their lives just as well as I do. So I won't let people look at me as me being just the person that had an attitude or this or that and other. I won't, because they stems from their father as well. So that's what Elder K was saying. Don't take the, that's what I was trying to say, don't take the blame of you the fault for everything. I'm not doing that. Because that is true. You don't take the fault that you're the blame for everything. We got to calculate our father's house, the models that we had modeled in front of us, our children, and their other side of the father house, their father house as well. So I just think that.
And also it becomes a time in their life where they become accountable for themselves.
Well, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That is.
Because there's something screwed up everywhere in every family.
Yeah.
You know, but it comes a time, you know, when you get to a certain age that you can take control over your life.
Yeah.
No matter what your life was like, because there's nothing that you've gone through that somebody else hasn't gone through
That's it.
and overcome. But it comes a time that anybody can take control of their life and make it better.
Because I would like to, I like to ask my boys. I've not heard anybody ask my boy, how was they affected? Those two boys was affected too. So I one day, whenever I could get them, I'm going to ask them, how was they affected in this marriage as well? I can't just look at Shell, Peter, Lonnie, Doc, and Cage, Galen, Shalissa, how all those was affected. I got to realize that those boys was affected too. So we all was affected in some shape, form, or fashion. We all was, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was.
Yeah.
Which I'm not bringing up dead bones, but, DeMarcus said that, when he come back, he was going to fly me to Atlanta. We're going to go out, and the two of us, and we're just going to talk. We're going to talk some real talk, because we need to. We really need to, because, after his father passed, and just, to me, I have not been with DeMarcus since he was 17 years old, because as soon as he left high school, he jumped into Army. I haven't really had a relationship with my son, and I sometimes say, I don't even know who my son is. And I know my son is a nice person, but I know a lot of things have affected him. In my relationship, even when we started dating, and my relationship in our marriage, and he's always been good to the boys, but there's some, everybody has a story. Let me just put it like that. Everybody has a piece of the story that they can tell.
Well, kind of like y'all were saying or whatever. As you kind of mentioned, when you were saying as far as it's not at some point in time, the person's got to kind of come to themselves. And like you said, it doesn't really matter as far as what age that person does it. I think myself and all my brothers and sisters are very grateful that that you all didn't give up. As far as that, and I mean, like I kind of wrote in there in the card or whatever. I mean, it's there's one thing of watching somebody get through something. You just watch them deal with stuff or whatever, and they're getting through it, and they're always getting through it. But there's another thing where it's where you can kind of look at it from the other side, and they're on the other side of it, and things are good. And that's one thing that I'm definitely glad that it took a while, but you all didn't quit. You didn't quit. You didn't stop. You didn't make excuses. You didn't make that choice. You made another choice as far as to go through it, and I know we definitely appreciate that you did that. So.
That was good. That was good. Thank you for interviewing us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Send us that.
No, just give me the phone.